What is Gulf War Syndrome? You can turn back now, or learn the stuff they don't want you to know. Here are the facts. There is, at this point, no formal, universally accepted definition of Gulf War Syndrome, a multi-symptom chronic condition. It's named after the Gulf War of 1990 to 1991, when the United States and associated international allies drove the Iraqi military forces from Kuwait. According to the National Academy of Sciences, more than 250,000 of the almost 700,000 U.S. personnel deployed to the area suffered from persistent, unexplained symptoms after their return. These symptoms could range from fatigue to cancer. The Research Advisory Committee on Gulf War Veterans Illnesses, or RAC, found scientific evidence leaves no question that Gulf War illness is a real condition with real causes and serious consequences. But what caused it? Who's responsible? According to former U.S. officials, there's a cover-up afoot. Here's where it gets crazy. In March of 2013, former Veterans Affairs researcher and epidemiologist Stephen Coughlin alleged that the Department of Veterans Affairs routinely disseminated false information about the health of America's veterans, withheld research showing a link between nerve gas and Gulf War Syndrome, among other accusations. And that's not all. According to journalist Nora Eisenberg, the Federal Institute of Medicine reported that veterans of Afghanistan and Iraq may suffer the same disease. And, around the same time, the RAC accused officials in the Veterans Administration of Public Health of undermining, distorting, and, essentially, lying about the nature of Gulf War Syndrome. The RAC traced the most likely or primary cause of Gulf War Syndrome to neurotoxins. In July of 2013, scientists working at Georgetown University published a study showing that veterans who reported symptoms of Gulf War Syndrome also exhibited neurological damage. This damage in areas of the brain linked to heart rate and pain was not present in the control group. The researchers theorized that the affected veterans were consequentially more sensitive to pain, easily fatigued, and had a higher tendency to experience loss of short-term memory. Additionally, they found different patterns in two groups of veterans, indicating that this syndrome might take different paths in different individuals. However, these studies are preliminary and not without critics. As cited by New York Times writer James Dow, the University of Chicago's Dr. John Baylor said the study did not provide enough evidence to clearly link the veterans' symptoms to their deployment in Kuwait. As research continues, scientists aim to expand their understanding of the nature of the syndrome. This is a cause that, on the surface, everyone can get behind. Unless, as Stephen Coughlin implies, there's something the US doesn't want you to know about Gulf War Syndrome. Stay tuned for our next video when we dig deeper into depleted uranium.